Alright, today I'm going to talk about my off-grid solution for charging smaller devices without taxing the larger panels and the larger battery bank. And these are portable, obviously take them anywhere. This is the Suwaki 60 watt. It has 9 panels. I'm not going to unfold it all the way, but it has 9 panels, and in direct sunlight I have gotten 18 volt 3.4 amps at the right angle. Typically it was 18 volts 2.1 amp, which is sufficient for the USB charger, which is inside of the pouch here. We have the DC adapter for your battery clamps to charge any 12 volt car battery, marine battery, whatever. I also use this, well actually I use this to charge any battery basically. It has 10 adapters for laptops, none of which fit mine, and I use this USB extension cable in case the other cables aren't long enough. I have a USB hub here which allows me to charge 4 devices at once. And let's see, we have, this is your car charging port for going into the cigarette lighter, into the port here, but the cable isn't quite long enough to go from your cigarette lighter port to the car battery. I do in my Jeep have a car cigarette lighter port that it does fit, and it will extend out to sunlight. This has a smart chip in it that determines how much the item that you're trying to charge requires, which I find handy. It won't overcharge. It produces the same amount of voltage and amps as a wall charger would in the house. So the next panel I have is, let me see, a 28 watt. This is a 28 watt 2.1 amp 18 volt panel. It has 4 large panels, and it's monocrystalline. Monocrystalline is a good quality charger. You can find cheaper chargers, but I prefer this one, the monocrystalline. I'm not going to get into the technical information as to the difference in panels, but here we have a DC port for your devices such as the battery clamps, which I use for both panels. And then you can daisy chain 3 of these for a total of 90 watts. It has one USB 5 volt 2.1 amp charger, and I forgot to say, when you charge a car battery with this, it can output up to 10 amps in full sunlight. You have this mesh bag here, as well as a waterproof pouch, and you could put your cell phones or iPod or whatever in. This is listed under LB1 30 watt solar panel in Amazon. This one goes for $100, and this one goes for $180. The 60 watt for, I prefer this one for charging laptops and whatnot. So that's enough for these two. I also use these to charge my Duracell Power Pack Pro. It charges it in 2.5 hours, or 3 hours, and that device will power 110 volt AC item for 2.5 hours. It works great. Charges it up fine. That's what I'm going to talk about next, is the Power Pack Pro. I have to look up how much that costs, though. I'm going to put these things aside and we'll go on to the Power Pack Pro. This is the Duracell Power Pack Pro 600. I picked this up as an alternate to a solar generator, and all a solar generator would do is the same thing, charge the energy from the solar panels. And they were more expensive. This one I got at the time it was released about a year and a half ago for $250 on Cabela's. I will tell you a little bit about this. I can't seem to find the specs on this right now, but it has a lot of amp hours. And on this side we have the positive battery clamp, the on and off for the battery jump starters, and the PSIs for the built-in compressor. And in the front here we have a cigarette lighter adapter port. We have 2 USB ports, 5 volt, 2.1 amp. The button for the USB charging, the battery level indicator, and the built-in inverter on and off. In the front here we have 2 AC outlets that I use to power pretty much anything. I haven't tried a coffee pot yet, but those are pretty high demand. And the battery, the port for charging AC. To charge this with the cigarette lighter adapter, I just plug that in there and put this end into the solar panel, and it takes 3 hours to charge, and you get 2.5 hours of AC power for the low end as far as energy consumption. Like I said, this is an excellent alternate to solar chargers, which I don't understand. Like I said, those are just batteries to store the solar energy. And this item is advertised as being able to be charged via the cigarette lighter adapter to the DC jack. And I've done that many times with the 60-watt panel. And the fact that it has a jump starter and a compressor. On this side we have the negative cable and a light, a work light, and it's very solid, very good quality. I've been using it regularly for a year and a half now. Have not had one problem. It maintains a full charge for a long time, unless I use it. I can charge with the USB for months on different items, phones, iPod, and it doesn't kill the battery. So, like I said, $250 on Cabela's. I think they have now a Power Pack Pro 1300 series in the $300 range. And I just found on Amazon that they were charging $700 for this, which is incorrect. If you see that advertised as being $700. It's incorrect. Don't do it. Like I said, 200 to 250 for the Power Pack Pro 600. It's a little heavy, but it serves its purpose well. I love this. In an off-grid situation, you're going to run into needing this a lot. And if you're going to store your energy from the solar panels, I would recommend using the 60 watt panel with the 9 panels there. It obviously would do it quicker. And like I said, 18 volts output on the solar panel, 3.1 amp on the 60 watt panel, and 10 amp maximum output for charging a car battery. And I don't run into needing that very much, because I maintain my batteries with a battery maintainer, which I will showcase in another episode. That basically conditions the battery and keeps it topped off. I don't use that on this unit. I use it for my marine batteries, and I'll go over my my battery bank for the solar panels on the roof, and the specs on that as well. But that's enough for this item.